Good morning. It is October 12th, and we're doing our daily market report for Pasco County. There's a lot of questions out there on the internet about what are people going to do in light of all of this storm activity. Are people going to kind of move down to Florida still, or everyone in Florida is going to want to leave? And the answer is we just don't know. So all we can do is look at the data and make our own conclusions. I focus on Pasco County. So looking at Pasco County today, there's 4,025 active listings. There are 1,489 properties that are contract pending. And in the last 7 days, minus 37 days, because I look at the market over a 30-day period, but you can't do it minus 30. If you do minus 30, you're going to see the number is, I can't do minus 30. Let me see if I can do minus 30. Well, button's not working. So 845 homes have sold in the last 30 days. When we do minus 7, minus 37, it comes up with 1,067. And this is a very low number for a 30-day solds. We've been averaging 1,500 to 2,200 over the last to around COVID, last 4 or 5 years. So the question is, what is happening in the market? And the way that we're going to analyze that is by looking at what has happened over the last 3 or 4 or 5 days to get an idea of are people buying? Are people selling? Are we getting action? Do we have new people coming into town? There have been 55 new active listings in the market over the last 5 days. This one in Holiday Lake Estates says $5,000. That's a typo. I don't know what the real number is, but this realtor's probably very busy. Senate Manor flooded. The big question in these flood houses are they going to condemn them or are they going to allow them to be rebuilt? Dade City, Zephyr Hills. All right, obviously, this is a flood home. It's been miscategorized as being in Beacon Woods. This is not in Beacon Woods. This is in the little neighborhood off of Trouble Creek. And I covered it yesterday, but just for all the new people, this neighborhood is called, here's Needle Palm in Ontario, and it's not self-populating. But anyway, this is off of Trouble Creek. Beacon Woods did not flood. Baywood Meadows condo, 3rd floor. Richboro did flood. They're asking a number that's not consistent with a home that's flooded. And the wording on it says it's located in St. Petersburg. So that is not true. Dade City, Holiday, Lake Connolly Mobile Home Park. Lake Connolly did not flood. $185,000. You'll be able to buy a home at that price in the flood zones. Zephyr Hills, Crabtree, and Port Richey. Embassy did not flood. Forest Hills did not flood, and it's very close to the Anclote River. Interestingly, the Anclote River flooded yesterday, so maybe this home did flood. It did not flood during Milton, but yesterday we have a whole new set of homes that flooded. Colonial Manor did not flood during Milton, but based on where it is close to the river, I need to drive down and verify that we did not get flooding. Here's the Anclote. Now the Anclote's down here. So the Anclote came up here and it flooded. Seven Springs Boulevard flooded terribly yesterday. 2 days after the storm, we get freshwater flooding. I have no commentary on that. I don't know what to think. So we're just going to run through here to see if there's Westwood Sub, not a flood zone, and did not flood. Madison did not flood. Well, no, Madison might have flooded yesterday, but it did not flood during Milton, or Helene for that matter. Now, when I'm racing through here right now, I'm looking to see if there are any more. Orchid Lake did not flood. All right, Donzie did flood. This is a $420,000 or $412,000 tax assessed home on the corner of two canals in Sea Pines. This one did flood around 2 feet, and it is a fairly motivated seller who listed his property with me, and there I am taking a picture. Anyway, if you have an interest in buying a flood home, call me. I'll go through all the flood homes with you, show you what they were listed for, what they're pending at, and the active listings for the flood homes. All right, we're up to 365,000, 400,000. None of these are flood homes. Newport Richey, the city of Newport Richey, for $459,000 listed yesterday. And the city of Newport Richey has really gotten hot. Let me tell you, if you go to Newport Richey, downtown Main Street on a Friday or Saturday night, it's like a beauty contest for golf carts. All right, I don't think there are any $700,000. Oh, look at this. Right on the River Road. And the question is, did this home flood? And the answer is, it's all about elevation. No storm damage or flooding from Hurricane Helene. $750,000 for a 1920s home on the river, $381 a square foot. It'll be very interesting to see if they get action on this. All right, so let's jump over to the pendings and see what's happening in the pendings. Right now, there's 1,489 pendings, and we're just going to look at the last 7 days to see what the market looks like. 106 listings, got a contract. Let me just run through here. Ponderosa Park did not flood. Tahitian Gardens did not flood. Really bizarre. Aloha Gardens, Tahitian Gardens, Lake Connolly. Now this one did flood. Berlin flooded. Bay Park Estates, very low-lying area, $139,000, and 77 days to go under contract. And it went under contract in the last 5 days. Okay, these Zephyr Hills. Okay, Coxswain we know about, we talked about. This is a flood home. Only one picture. Went under contract in 0 days. Eagleswood Condos did not flood. Seven Springs Villas. Now that's an interesting. Okay, 54 and Rowan flooded. Did 54 and Seven Springs flood yesterday when the freshwater flooding just out of nowhere? Some meteorologist, please explain to us. All right, Stacy, the very first flood home to be listed in Hudson, $175,000, went under contract in 3 days, had over 24 offers, and went pending substantially higher than the asking price. Jasmine Lakes did not flood. I got to be very careful to say this didn't flood because it didn't flood during the hurricane, but that freshwater flooding that occurred yesterday, and I understand is still going on, is it's just a shocking turn of events. This is my listing, 192 days, finally going pending. San Clemente did not flood. Seven Springs did not flood unless it flooded yesterday from the freshwater flooding. Palm Terrace did not flood. None of these flooded. Sea Ranch on the Gulf. Okay, here's another just listed waterfront Gulf access, price at $250,000, listed for 5 days and went pending. Had multiple offers. From what I understand, they narrowed it down to the 5 best offers and played the game there to get the best deal for the seller. And it went under contract. Regency Park did not flood. Another Regency Park on Mark Twain. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage for $265,000. If you're in the $250,000 price range, you do have a lot of choices for 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garages, or certainly 1-car garage. Here's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage in Tanglewood. Good elevation in Tanglewood. $270,000, $153 a square foot. but this is only 2 bedrooms. Oops. Marine and Holiday Gardens. All right, let's just 5A Ranches in Hudson. Did not flood. Yeah, to me, it's all about days on market and list price per square foot for the amenities offered, and comparing like properties to like properties. Look at this, $329,000 for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1 car garage, 1,325 square feet, 245, $248 a square foot. Now I'm telling you, Executive Woods is a better neighborhood than, and I mean by price and lot size and ceiling height. So you want to compare apples to apples. For example, Regency Park is right next to the lakes. The lakes have bigger lots and higher ceilings, and that's an amenity that makes it a better neighborhood in terms of their uh, amenities. I'm not talking about better in terms of anything else except what the homes in the neighborhood have to offer, and you'll see that the price per square foot on these homes are going to be much higher than some neighborhoods, obviously, are just cheaper neighborhoods. And any descriptions I make are not based on anything more than the amenities that are being offered. As an example, Berkeley Village, very nice homes, much higher price than, say, a Regency Park or a Embassy Hills, Hillendale. Uh, and here, Tierra del Sol is nicer neighborhood, newer neighborhood, more expensive homes than Berkeley Village. Berkeley Village is older homes, whereas Tierra del Sol are all newer homes, at least 20 years old versus 45-year-old homes. All right, I want to get to the solds. Now the solds are down substantially, as you might guess. We had been averaging. Um, we've been averaging 1,500 to 2,200 listings um, per month over the last few years, and this shows the 30-day solds are at 845. Again, we don't use 30-day solds. We use go back a week and then go back 30 days. So 1,067. This is down 25 or 30%, and it makes sense. We had 2 hurricanes in the last 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. So let's take a look at these. Look at all of these lower price product. Now I've got a lot of condos in here. So just for the sake of being consistent, let's get the condos out of there. 770 homes, and let's get let's only believe it or not, let's look at the flood zone AE. This is the where the challenging market is. This is also where we're going to find the deals because flood homes are going to be cheaper. Now, most regular people are not going to be buying flood homes. Look at this. This sold for $94,000. Oh, I'm doing 30 days sold. So this occurred 6 days before um, Helene, and this flooded terribly. And you can buy this unit right now, or not this unit, but units like this for $40,000 less. So here's a horrible example of poor timing. Jasmine Acres, going back 30 days is not it's not too smart. Let's go back 7 days because well, let's go back 12 days and see what is actually happening. Okay, we've only had 8 solds in flood zones in this period. Osprey, Beacon Square, Bear Creek, Seven Springs may have flooded. Aloha Gardens didn't flood. Park Lake Estates did not flood. Gulf Harbor Seaforth, that was an interesting transaction because that is in a flood zone, but it is a stilt home, and it did sell for over the asking price 4 days after Helene, which is, you just got to ponder. But if it didn't flood and Gulf Harbor Seaforth is higher than Gulf Harbor's Woodlands is higher. They've got it as an X and an AE. So anyway, I'm Randy Jenkins. I study the market. I appreciate you watching my videos. Let me see if I can get myself back in there to wave goodbye. If you have any questions, I've been wanting to do this. Let me, I guess that didn't work. Did I lose you? If you're still there, nod. Are you nodding?